Yo, what's up, everybody? Big Dog back here on MMA Tape. I actually have a special guest today, my brother Schoolyard, aka where'd it go? You left, and bro, it's Mr. Clammy. Why you removed it? All right.
AKA Mr. Clammy. What's good, guys?
Yeah, we're rocking in this today. He helped me a lot watching tape on some of the fights I didn't have time to, so I asked him to make a special appearance, and hopefully he likes it here. You guys like it, and he can stay with us here consistently, and maybe this turns out to be real good, and we do this every week. So let's see what's up, man. But good to have you, Julio. I mean,
Appreciate it. I just
Schoolyard.
exposed my government.
All right, it's only fair. Well, my name's Felix. Now we're both cooked. All right, that's
Bet.
it.
Let's get to it.
All right, so first, let me everybody. We're trying to do this. Remember, we did this last week. This worked in great. We cashed, making a tier one bet. Guys that should not lose. Tier two, guys that should win, but they're not as safe as the tier ones. Then we start getting a little riskier here. But the thing is, and this is what I try to explain to everybody when betting, you don't want to have one guy in all your parlays and then you kill them all, right? So I always like to break out all the fighters into their own tiers and put the tickets together. For example, guys that should not lose, right? That's what I said here. But then tier two is both newcomers. It could be, it'll be like, oh, both guys from Dana White Contender Series. They share the same risk because it's they're debuting versus two guys that they should beat. We're gonna put them together. So we like to combine like that, and that has been profitable. It's been super profitable doing it that way. Here's everybody's favorite section: gambler play of the week. Just that crazy parlay, trying to guess the whole card. And try to make some money with that. Mr. Clammy, aka Schoolyard, loves this, so he'll be heavy involved in this.
That's where the fun's at.
Yeah, I'm more risk adverse, so it's good to have a balance with Schoolyard being really good at taking that extra risk, where I'm a little bit more, like I said, risk adverse, so I'm scared to do it. And then of course, dogs.
Calculated risk. Calculated risk.
Thank you, calculated risk. I appreciate that. Thought you were gonna say that I have castrated risk, but anyway. Dogs worth the sprinkle, locks but no value. Like this, I mean, I could just write his name on right here, killing.
He's gonna win. I think the value is on the outcome.
Right, exactly, and that's how we try to make money off those big favorites. I always do this, and this I call this category fighters I don't trust this week, but they have a path. Other times I call it the anti big dog parlay. Okay, meaning these are guys that I don't think they're gonna win, but in case I'm wrong, let's put them together in a parlay. You know what I mean? Last week this parlay did not hit because I was right and the dogs won. Anyway, let's go back, and then of course the props. Okay, straight bets or however you're gonna parlay those props. We're trying to guess who's gonna win in what format. Like killing with Jamie Malarkey. All right, that's the breakdown. How we're doing this. If that makes sense to you and you like the way that sounds, hit that like button and subscribe and get the post notifications. Yo, it's time. Anything else you want to say before we start the breakdown, Schoolyard?
Nah, man. Let's get to it.
All right. Hopefully, DraftKings or FanDuel don't log me out because I'm not going to edit this video and I will not log back in on this recording. This is what I want to know. This fight I did not watch. I didn't watch fights on these two guys. So can you give us a quick summary on who you think is going to win and why and what way?
All right. This these first two fights, I'm gonna let you know later. I have a two-legger that I think is really likely to hit the alternative method of victories. But I think that both these two fights are very close. Let's start off with Swing Rainbow and Lawrence Louis. My breakdown is on the MMA Tape channel already. But a brief breakdown. Swing Rainbow, he is Sumaderji's cousin. I believe he just turned 20. He's a young cat. I think his first fight was a win, and then he went on a losing streak of like 3 fights. And after that losing streak, he has won 7 fights consecutively. So I think that compiled with him being Sumaderji's cousin and him being a skilled striker. Honestly speaking, Sumaderji is the better striker of the two. He's better than Louis in terms of skill, in terms of movement. His striking defense is better. But as you saw in the overview, Sumaderji has a 6-inch reach disparity, even though he's taller than Lawrence Louis.
You mean Sulung Grambo, right? Not Sumaderji?
Yeah, sorry, Sulan Rainbow. Sulan Rainbow has a 60-inch reach. Louis has a 72-inch reach. So there's a 6-inch reach disparity. So I think that is going to affect his kind of sniper-style striking game plan. I think he's still going to be able to kind of figure it out because of his movement. And I think his movement and his speed is going to be something tough for Louis to get past. But I do think because Louis is more so of a brawler, he likes to clinch and get against the cage. If he has that game plan, I think he has a solid path to victory by KO. I think Louis could also win a decision if he kind of just plays against the cage the whole fight, which I don't think he's gonna do. They're both kind of slow starters. I think Rainbow is probably the faster starter. He has deadly ground and pound. If he stumbles Louis, his ground and pound is pretty severe, but I think Louis is so durable that I can't see Rainbow getting a KO. And I think part of that has to do with his young age, man. He just doesn't have the kind of power that I've seen a lot of Louis' opponents have, and Louis eats those shots like nothing, bro. So I think Rainbow's path to victory is a decision. Louis' path to victory is a knockout, but I'm leaning towards Louis in this fight. Primarily because of the power. It only takes one good shot to knock this kid out. They don't even look like they're in the same weight class, to be honest. But yeah, I'm on Louis this fight, but Rainbow, I see why everybody's on him. I think he's a good fighter. I don't think this is a great matchup for him. And I think he has to develop a little more before he could take somebody like Louis out. Who, like I said, Rainbow's the better striker, but I think the power and disparity is just too much.
Who has better grappling? Who's gonna be attempting takedowns? Anybody? Well, I guess the stat says it.
It's gonna be Louis.
Yeah, look at the stats. 4 takedowns average per fight. So there's the answer right there.
Yeah. It's going to be Louis if anybody's going to do the takedowns. But I don't think he will, unless he gets hit with a good uppercut, which Rainbow has him. Bro, he's super fast. He's super accurate. I think out of 7 wins, he has 5 or 6 KOs, and they're because of his speed and his killer instinct, bro. Once he stumbles you a little bit, his ground and pound is lethal, and he ends up getting the TKO.
Copy. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
So,
but
I put him in the dog's worth of sprinkle bucket.
Yeah, I would put him there too. I was gonna say too that Rainbow has pretty good takedown defense. But I do think if Louis applies pressure on those takedowns, he's gonna get him down just because he's so much stronger. And Louis has amazing takedown defense. Even if Rainbow tries to take him down, there's no way he's taking Louis down. His sprawls are insane.
Okay, all right, I like that. I was looking at the Louis plus on the scorecards, but it sounds like there is finishing ability from the Grambo side. So maybe it's not that much of a lock.
Not likely though. I really like the 5.5 on Louis.
You do. And this should be a 3-round fight. Why they got it plus 5.5, which is great, but you could get a little more juice if we could get the plus 3.5.
The plus 7.5 is still plus. No, it's minus 105. Look at that on.
That's crazy. Minus 125.
Or minus 125 on Louis. I have that in the parlay actually.
Yeah. That's
a lot of value on the Louis covering the spread, which I think is a very likely outcome. I think Louis, because of the power shots, I don't know if Rainbow has his way, he might not win a round, but he will not get bodied. You know what I mean? Because of the power shots.
I'm gonna put Louis plus 5.5. Just here for now, while we start piecing all this together. All right.
All right.
Do you want to just go ahead also jump into now that next fight that you mentioned?
Yeah. Keita Nakamura. He's a Japanese fighter, and he's a different kind of Japanese fighter because I think a lot of the Japanese fighters we see are primarily wrestlers.
Yeah, I think Japanese, and immediately I'm like Tetsuro Taira. Like that's what I visualize.
Yeah, bro. And this is not that.
Right.
Nakamura is not. He's not at all similar to Tetsuro Taira. In fact, in his last Road to UFC fight, one of the things that I hated that I saw is that he has pretty poor takedown defense. Now, in other fights, I've seen it be better. So I don't know if it was just, the way, because I think Kai Wei Lin is the guy's name who he fought. He had pretty aggressive takedowns. So I don't know if that's what got to him. But his takedown defense in that fight looked pretty bad. He got taken down twice in the first round, and he lost that first round. But then he came back with violence and vengeance. And those last two rounds, he just bullied the guy. And he came out of the fight with the right side of his face about twice the size as the left side of his face. He did a lot of damage, and that was his first decision fight of his career. Every other fight has ended in KO, with his one loss ending submission. Yeah, you can look at his fight history if you want to take a look, but yeah, he's a knockout specialist. This guy, and you watch him fight, you see why. He is an athlete. For a Japanese guy, I mean, he has good genetics, dog. He's just an athlete. 37 years old, but he moves like he's 27.
Yeah,
he mixes.
My thought when I'm looking at his age, I'm like, the UFC does not sign older guys like that on the regular. So if they sign them, they must really like something about him.
Yeah, this guy, he's a violent man, bro. He mixes in his knees beautifully. His last KO was actually a knee KO. This guy went in for a takedown. He threw in a fast knee, knocked him out cold. And yeah, he's just super athletic, super powerful, man. For a Japanese guy, this guy's strong. He's also 4 inches taller than Soleil. Now, I will say that Soleil and Nakamura have very similar striking styles in terms of high volume and dirty boxing. Maybe not necessarily dirty boxing, but they're high volume boxers. They like getting in the pocket. They like brawling out. This is going to be a brawl. Now, I do think that Nakamura is going to hurt Soleil, and Soleil is going to implement his wrestling. And I think that Soleil is going to edge out a decision because of the control time, and he's probably going to get more hits in because he's higher volume. But bro, looking at the impact of the strikes from Nakamura versus the impact of the punches from Soleil, bro, I don't think there's a world where Soleil knocks out Nakamura. I think his two paths to victory are submission or decision. More likely a decision. And I think Nakamura's only path to victory is a knockout. Because I think on the scorecards, Soleil is going to have it. So I'd say I'm leaning more towards Soleil. But I think that knockout for Nakamura is live. And I think if you can get on FanDuel and you can do round 2 or 3 KO Nakamura, that is a solid prop, like straight bet. So I'm leaning towards Soleil, but like I said, both of these guys have clear paths to victory. And as we were talking before the recording, I like the alternative method of victory for these two fights I like Lawrence Louis by KO or Sulang Rainbow by decision. And then on the next fight, I like Nakamura by KO and delay by decision. And I think that pays like plus 227. I think it's a pretty safe bet with good odds. And I'm definitely placing that.
All right, let's build that real quick.
Yeah, I'm actually going to place it now as we speak. Yeah, Sulan Rainbow by decision or Lawrence Louis by KO and Keiichiro Nakamura by KO or Sebastian Zelay by decision is plus 227 on DraftKings.
I got that locked in. And
I'm gonna drop 15 on that right now.
And then
$15 pays off $50, people. Listen, I'm not no big baller, but $50 $50. If I hit that, I'm gonna be happy.
Sulan Grambo to win by how? Help me with the Louis and Grambo one again.
So Rainbow by decision and Louis by KO.
There's that plus 227. All right, I like that. I'm just gonna put $1 on everything we talk about, and then later I'll figure out my bankroll.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't deposit, did I? I got $3 in here. Whatever. All right. Clear up. Okay. We got that locked in. I forgot to deposit before coming in the video, but it's all good. Okay.
We're going to have to make it work.
So, do you like Sulan Rambo here on the dog's worth of sprinkle?
No.
I said the wrong name. The Nakamura.
Yeah. Nakamura with dog's worth of sprinkle for sure, bro.
Right.
I think that knockout is definitely live.
How much is his knockout prop?
Probably not too much. It's a pretty close card. The odds.
Yeah, plus 290.
290 is not bad though.
It's not bad at all. Nakamura.
I kind of expected it to be 200.
290.
290 is not bad.
Okay. I like that. So, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Doesn't sound like any of those guys you want to put in a parlay unless we put that together here with this Louis 5.5 and Nakamura 5.5. That might be.
Oh yeah, Nakamura is not getting finished. Well, actually no, he could get subbed. Never mind.
Okay. But other than that, you think it's likely that he?
I think it's likely that he doesn't get subbed. I think it's likely it goes to decision.
How much?
Because he, as much as he does get taken down, he's quick to get up.
Okay. There it is. Nakamura 5.5. Okay, so Nakamura 5.5, and then Louis 5.5 together. That pays 197. That sounds like something.
That is a sexy bet right there.
Yeah. All right. So that's in there. I'm gonna even move that to like a tier 4 just because they're underdogs. You never know. But I like that a lot right there. And that pays plus 197. Boom. I'm locking that in. I should lock it in right now. I already bet it. If I keep doing $1, I'm not gonna have much. Because I got $2. What's the minimum? It's like 9 cents. I'm gonna just do 10 cents right now. Just all right, fine. I heard one of you guys say at least do a quarter. There you go.
Yeah, this is just so that they can see the odds.
Yeah.
And see that we're placing these. The next fight, I didn't get to watch too much tape on it.
I want to go next. So what fight is it?
Don Marfan.
All right. Well, let's pause that. Let me break down a fight. I want to do this one.
I'm excited for this one.
Mikhailov and Oben Elliott. All right, guys. I saw tape. This is the last fights I saw tape on before coming on here to do this video. I'm an Oban, whatever, Elliott fan. And what I mean by a fan is that I like him on the mic. I like him as a person. And his fighting style, it's all right. I'm not crazy about it, but he's fun to watch. I think he's just funny, man, is what he is. And if you know Oban, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Mikhailov, I don't like at all. But I have
Quick
this
question,
thing.
Felix. Big dog.
What happened?
Quick question.
Yeah, yeah.
Open, is you the guy who comes out to Gangsta's Paradise?
Oban? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's Oban. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm telling you, man, he's just so likable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that personality stands out. I think it's important as a fighter.
Unlike Josh Hokett, who I can't stand on the mic, man. I'm gonna keep bringing him up.
With his haikus.
He's an idiot, man, and he's got potential. Like, we like to see guys on the mic have some fun, but he's just like corny, man.
Yeah, it's
Bad, bro. That's why I've lost so much money against him, because I just can't stand him. I bet against him every fight.
Oh man. Okay. So Mikhailov, I don't like. Because he doesn't move forward. He's running around the cage, going backward. He shoves up a lot. But he has a lot of movement. He has a lot of kicks. So, he's a hard guy to beat. So I have to, get past that. And I need to call it some sort of syndrome. Somebody help me come up with that. Put it in the comments if you know what this syndrome is, and I'm explaining it here. Guys like Mikhailov, Fariziam, and William Gomes. These are guys where I just don't like their fight styles, but they win. And I've fallen prey to betting against William Gomes, and he keeps winning, and betting against Fariziam, and he keeps winning. And now I'm going to find myself betting against Mikhailov, and I hope eventually he stops winning. Okay? All right. There's some sort of syndrome for that type of fight style that I don't like. The other guys are French, Gomes and Fares. I don't know about Mikhailov. So maybe it's a French style type of fighting. Regardless, I don't really like it. I don't think either of these guys are going to finish each other. They're both. So Oban does a lot of that too. I was watching his last fight, and Oban does a lot of that too. He's kind of slow paced. I'm watching when he knocked out, what's his name? Basil Hafez. And again, he was kind of just going backwards, moving around, and then he would come in, jab, throw this crazy overhand right, which he didn't land until the third round, and he landed it. It hurt. And then Hafez went down and did not get back up. So, yeah, Oban has grappling. I like that he has good fight IQ. I remember that. That was probably my favorite thing about Oban, is that if he's the better striker, he's going to keep it on the feet. If he's the better grappler, he's gonna wrestle you till he takes you down and control you. So I like Oban's fight IQ, and he got a good chin. Okay, so I don't like Mikhailov. You guys can guess what's going to happen here. I think that one of the most secure things in this fight is the round props, and I'm not a big round prop kind of guy. But I need to be honest, neither of these guys I think are going to finish each other because they both like to run backwards to implement their game plans. And I'm not fooling anybody. Look, it's minus 215. But I don't think that they finish each other. So that's a good bet. I told you I'm not a round prop kind of guy. So I am what we just saw a moment ago, a spread kind of guy, though. And I like this plus 3.5 because I just don't see how Mikhailov is going to finish Oban. And I don't see how he's going to completely dominate him when he likes to run backwards. And Oban has good fight IQ and is going to start to wrestle. At some point, he's going to start to wrestle him. And then he can have success. So let's look at the size difference.
I like that. I was going to say, because Mikhailov has a 5-inch reach advantage.
I was just about to check that.
Yeah. So if he starts wrestling, I can see him winning points on control time.
Yeah, on control time, and I think that's what we're gonna see. I doubt we're gonna see a knockout. I doubt we're gonna see a submission, We're just gonna see these guys run around,
Yeah,
try
especially
to.
because McCaleb knows what to do on the ground. I don't think he'll get subbed.
Yeah. So there you go. So I won't hold you guys up too long on this fight, and we can move on to more funner fights. And let's where's the plus 5.5? Go ahead, Schoolyard.
I like that. I like the over on the reigns on this one.
Yeah.
I think we can combine that maybe with some spread bets later. Play around with that.
I think so too. Oben plus 5.5 to me is a lock. So I noticed, especially with a comment I just got before I opened up this video. Let me give him a shout out in case he's listening to this now. Hold on. Darts Prods, like Productions. Darts. He was saying that he's newer to MMA and this content's really helping him. So it helps remind me that not everybody is been doing this for a long time. So for the newer
Right,
guys,
especially now going over to Paramount, I bet you a lot of people just who are subscribed to Paramount are seeing UFC on there and are becoming fans because of it. There's probably a lot of new fans.
that's a great point. So for the new guys, you may be wondering, what in the world is this? Plus 3.5, plus 5.5 on the spread. It means if it goes to the judges' scorecard, you're trying to figure out who's going to keep it close or win by a large margin. So minus 3.5, minus means he's the favorite. He has to win by that much, win by over 3.5 points. Plus is for underdogs, means they got to not lose by more than that, cover that spread, right? So plus 5.5 is safer than plus 3.5. Then I'll go one step further. And what it means on the scorecards is if Oben Elliott for plus 3.5, if let's say he loses by decision, and he loses one round, and he loses 2 rounds, and he at least he won one round. He at least got one round. That's called 29-28 for all three judges. Okay, assuming they all three score it the same way. That covers.
Lately, man, they have been.
Yeah, let's not even talk about these corrupt judges. So 29-28, if you do the math, 3 judges give it 29-28. There's only a 3-point difference. You cover that spread. However, he's not covered if one of the judges, which happens all the time, is like, and am I allowed to use the R word on YouTube? I don't know. But if
No, don't do that.
Okay, so if one of the judges has special needs, okay, and and scores the fight 30-27, meaning Oben didn't win a single round. He gave all 3 rounds to McCaleb, but the other 2 judges, they were in their proper mind and scored it 29-28. Then if you do the math, that's a 5-point difference. So I'm gonna call this plus 5.5 is a special needs spread, okay? Plus 5.5 is a special needs spread for if you got that one judge who's not paying attention and he scores the bout 30-27 and everybody else 29-28, then you cover plus 5.5. So now you guys understand.
Trademark that shit, man.
That's why I always bet plus 5.5s and I stopped doing 3.5 because I got tired of dealing with judges that got special needs. All right, so
For real. People are gonna hop on that special needs spread, bro. You gotta trademark that.
hashtag special needs. Okay. Oban Elliott plus 5.5 is probably the only bet I'm gonna make on that fight. But Schoolyard also he agrees with the Oban
Over 2.5.
versus whatever over 2.5. I'm just put that on the
Yeah,
side.
'cause he's got a 10, man.
Yeah, he does. But both of these guys are tough. I mean, I saw McCaleb get knocked out, but that was a guy who hits a lot harder than Oben, and he was pressuring him. Oben's not gonna like come in and strike like a crazy man. That's just not his game plan. One of my favorite phrases: styles make the fights. Okay. Now it's on you, School, to do this. Go back to this one. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. With this fight, I've done my research. I haven't been able to watch much tape on it, but I've done my research. And both of these guys the consensus seems to be that they both are wrestling heavy fighters. So this fight is close because of that, because their styles are pretty close. But I'm gonna be honest, my my information is mainly from 138 MMA. Shout out 138 MMA. This guy knows his stuff. Um, he says that his most confident pick on this card is Don Mar Fan.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And he says that Don Mar Fan is just leagues. Like he just does everything that Song Kim does, but at a higher level. So he thinks he's leagues above this guy, and that's what he says is his most confident pick. It seems like this fight could end in either decision or submission.
Okay. All right. So since we didn't get to watch much tape, we won't talk much more about that one. We're gonna trust 1-3 MMA and not think too much into that because I know that guy does a lot of research. He watches a lot of fights and he knows what he's talking about. So
And he's a fighter.
exactly.
So his opinion's coming from a fighter.
So we'll trust him and just sprinkle on Dom. It sounds like Dom is the first fighter on the Gambler Play of the Week.
Word.
Dom Mar,
Money line.
1-800 Gambler Play of the Week, money line.
And it's pretty good odds, man. He's a minus 162 favorite. I'm on that every day of the week.
That's amazing odds for someone who at least 1-3 MMA thinks is not going to lose this fight. Khan Ofley and Yiza. Did you watch any tape on this before I say what I got?
I did not.
Okay. I started watching some tape on Yiza, but I ran out of time, so I didn't see. I've seen Khan Ofley fight, and I know Khan is a grappler. He loves grappling, control time, submissions. Yiza, I don't know much about Yiza. I know he came from the road to UFC, and what I started.
The same thing.
He does the same thing?
Yeah, he's a wrestling heavy fighter.
And he's minus 250. I think people are just like fading Khan because he hasn't looked good, but he's not as bad as you think. And I'm pretty sure he won or was a finalist on the what's that show I like? The
Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter. So yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to win fights with his grappling. So just off the top of my head, without watching much tape, I'm gonna tell you guys what I've seen and what I haven't. I'm gonna always be transparent. Plus 205 for a guy that I know knows how to grapple, has some decent striking, and has won some tough matchups. I might as well do it. But then again, I'm telling you, I saw a little bit of Iza, and I wasn't like crazy about it. Let's see if anything, just looking at the stats that stands out to us. But I'm immediately going back to the plus on the spread for Khan.
Yeah, I think I like that too, man. On a fight like this where we don't know, we don't have their strengths and weaknesses on the forefront of our minds right now. Because I have seen Yiza fight before. I know that. I know that he's pretty well rounded. He does strike. He's a pretty good striker. But his main game plan is the wrestling. I see this two wrestlers. I see this either ending in decision or submission. Khan is a tough guy. He's fighting in Australia today. I don't think he wants to get finished. I think he's going to fight his ass off to not get finished. I like the spread. I like the plus 5.5.
Me too. One thing, let's look at this. Yeah, because he fought. See that? He's fighting this guy. What's his name? He's so good. Marion Santos. This is why people are fading Khan. But I don't know Yiza, but I know he's not Marion Santos. Let me tell you that. So, yeah, look, he subbed Ricardo Ramos. Lost to Naimov, who's another really good fighter with a lot of grappling in his game. And he got knocked out by Santos, which is no embarrassment in the slightest. Look,
and he's not losing submissions.
Exactly.
So, yeah, man, the plus 5.5, minus 160. I would parlay that with Oben, to be honest. I would do the plus 5.5.
plus 5.5, Oben and Ofi. I like that.
Yo, you were right. This is looking like a dog card.
Yeah, man. I think at least on the spreads, I think a lot of these dogs are too good to get finished.
Exactly. So we got to go where the money's at. So Yiza here is what I mean, guys, about this category. Fighters I don't trust this week, but have a path. The anti-big dog parlay. Like, Yiza, maybe it's good. I mean, we've seen Hopefully get knocked out. We've seen him lose fight. Maybe Yiza could catch him, and maybe I'm completely wrong. So those are the type of guys I put in this parlay.
But Yiza isn't like a power striker. Like he's not like getting knockouts left and right. He's a good striker, so he can get knockouts. But I don't know, man. I don't think he's got Santos' power.
No, he definitely done got that. But okay, so he's there for anybody who wants to start putting together a ticket to fade me because you think I'm a bum. Then here you go. Big Dog is a bum parlay. Ready? I just changed the name. Anti-Big Dog to...
Yiza by decision, I think, is also a solid bet.
There we go. Big Dog is a bum parlay. Okay.
Which Yiza by decision, let me look at that real quick before we move on. That pays 110, plus 110. Not bad. Dude, Oakley by decision plays 380, which I think is also live. I might sprinkle on that. But yeah, moving on.
Well, now you did it. Now you made me come in here. All right. So, all right, guys. So this is my perspective. When I have an underdog like this that pays me at plus 200 or better, unless the outcome is significantly higher, I'm just gonna take my money and run. So I like Ofli plus 205. So from points being plus 420, I wouldn't do that. But Ofli by submission, see that now plus 70. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's live because they're both wrestlers.
They're both wrestlers. There's going to be a lot of grappling. Somebody might get choked out. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I would sprinkle on that. But if you like Ofli, you're looking for a safe bet, you can just bet him. Plus 200 is more than enough for a good underdog. But hey, plus 750.
It's calling our name. I like the thought process, honestly. I like that, which changed my mind on betting him by decision, but I will sprinkle him by submission, like you said.
You got to. I mean, it's the price is there. Hopefully, buy sub. Okay. Am I going to put Ofli in a parlay? Like you said, that seemes like a relative with Oben here. Like these two guys, I like that. I just put Damar fine there right now, but yeah. Me gusta. Next one.
You want to do Cam Ralston?
Yes.
I love yours. I want to hear that breakdown again.
Is that what's next? Well, next we got Malkoon and Finney.
I mean, we both know some. I think you know more about Malkoon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much tape on Malkoon. I did get to rewatch tape on Finney. Obviously, everybody knows Finney kind of sucks in the striking department. I think his muscles are too damn big. Man could barely move. His cardio, I think, needs work too. I think he's really. It goes back to what you said earlier, right? He's been winning fights because style matchups make up fights, and the guys who he's been fighting, their style just does not match up well against Finney. But what I know about Malkoon is he's a similar fighter. He's a wrestler. He's looking for control time just like Finney. And I think that's why the lines are so close. But I'm interested to see what your take is on the outcome of this fight.
When I first heard this fight being booked months ago, if I would have had a bunch of money in my bank account, I would have just immediately bet Malkoon. Okay, I'm just dying. Look. Let me say it this way. For those of you who do not know and did not see Torres Finney's last fight, let me show you this. This is going to tell you everything you need to know about Torres Finney. Mr. 11-0. By the way, personally, I love him.
Yeah, and he's like built like an orangutan,
Yeah.
bro. Like his arms are just so long.
Yeah, he's look at this. Hold on. Watch this. If you're new, this may not make a lot of sense. If you're not new, this is going to make a lot of sense to you, and you probably already know this. Decision split. Where's the scorecard? Is there a quick way here to just see the scorecard?
I don't think so. Maybe look at stats. Look at stats. I think it's there.
Since I'm not, since you're not sharing your screen while I talk, try to find it somewhere, okay?
Okay.
Torres Finney won this fight via split decision. Wait a minute. One judge scored it 30-27, Torres Finney. The other judge scored it 30-27, Torres Finney. And the last judge scored it 30-27 to his opponent. If you're new, that doesn't make sense to you. If you're not new, you're like, what the exactly? It doesn't make sense. What happened? The judges hate his style. So one judge intentionally gave him 30-27 on his entire scorecard, meaning he didn't win a single round because he hated the fact that Torres Finney held Robert Valentin and just held him against the cage for 15 minutes. Everybody knows Torres won the fight just because he held Robert, and Robert didn't do anything except get up and get taken right back down. Torres didn't ground and pound. He didn't submit. He didn't do anything except hold him. So why am I saying this is important? Because the judges are sick of his crap. They're not going to keep rocking with it, and they're going to screw him. Anybody does anything against Torres Finney, and the judges are not going to go with Finney. They're going to go with his opponent. You need to fade Finney until he proves that he can be aggressive on the ground or do something with his wrestling and strength. Or learn how to strike. Okay? In the meantime, I'm just going to keep fading him because I know the judges don't like him. Let's talk about Jacob Malkoun. Jacob Malkoun knows how to wrestle.
I found the scorecard breakdown. You want to hear it?
Please.
All right. So Ben Cartilage scored the card 29-27. 29-28, excuse me.
There you go.
In favor of Finney.
Okay.
Junichiro Kamijo scored it 29-28 in favor of Finney.
There you go.
Tony Week scored it 30-27 in favor of Valentin. Yo, they hate this man.
They don't like him. And look, even better, it wasn't 30-27 for Finney. It was 29-28. So he almost lost that fight when he controlled Valentin for 15 minutes. So the judges are just waiting to have an excuse to not bet in favor of Finney.
And now that Malkoun, first off, Malkoun is also, oh yeah, man, we gotta hammer Malkoun.
Oh, that's right.
He's Australian.
He's Australian.
In Australia.
With
With Australian judges, it's cooked. Finney is cooked tonight, bro.
Yep. Okay. Now, disclaimer. I did not rewatch tape on Jacob. I didn't have enough time. I don't recall if he can handle the defensive grappling. I've seen him offensive grapple, so I know he can do it. And I know he hits super hard. So, is it possible Finney can grapple him to death? Of course, that's what Finney does. But my money is on Jacob defending enough of the grappling and doing enough on the feet to either A, knock Torres out, because I've seen him get wobbled. His chin is not good. Either he's going to knock him out, and that's my bet. I'm about to go check the odds, but I think that's what's going to happen. Or on the scorecards, he's going to win. He's going to do enough on the feet, scramble enough on the ground that Torres is going to lose a decision and lose his undefeated record. Okay? There you go. That's my breakdown.
You know what, man? This should be that could be a solid two-legger on the gambling plays of the week. Malkoun money line and Donmar fan money line. That probably pays +2 something.
I don't know how do you spell this guy's name? Malkoun.
Koun.
Malkoun
Yep.
money line. Boom. There we go. Low key. That's another great, like, just two-leggers by themselves, those two guys. Because
Yeah, man.
I didn't watch tape on Malkoun, and I didn't watch tape on Donmar, but I trust 1-3 MMA, and I know that everything we just talked about, everybody's just, the judges are waiting for an excuse to fade Finney. So, yeah, that right there, I'm probably dropping money on that. But I agree, both those guys should be on the 1-800-GAMBLER ticket. Okay. Who's next? Let me go back to DraftKings before I get kicked out.
Cam Roughton, Cody Brundage is next.
I did the breakdown already, guys. If you want more details on Cam and Cody, go watch the video. In short, Cody is a killer be kill fighter. He's really good in the first round, and he catches guys, but he gasses out and then he gets rocked or gets subbed. So, yeah. And Cam, I like. Cam is super well-rounded, really good striking, really good grappling, good IQ, got a good chin. A guy like Cody is just, come on, man. So, for those of you thinking, and I saw the minimalist. He just commented while we're recording this video, and he agreed with my breakdown, and he said he's just betting the fight not to go to the distance, and that's a good bet. This I don't really see a way. Again, for the new guys, when you see 1.5 round lines instead of 2.5, it means the judges Vegas is trying to tell you they know that it's not likely this fight goes to a decision. It's not likely this fight leaves the first round, so they give you a 1.5 round line. So already just from that, I know that fight not to go the distance is going to be super expensive. I forget. On DraftKings, where is fight not to go the distance? It's not on the popular? Yeah, here it is. Wow,
I think that's the bet that
350.
we should do.
That's good.
Bet a bunch of fights that we think will go to the distance and fights that won't, and combine them, like yes and no's.
Yeah.
Maybe get like plus 500 odds on those. I think we could do it. Make something pretty safe.
So Cam versus Cody, fight not to go the distance. Minus 350 is a steal, man. That's a nice parlay piece.
Which, by the way, I think we're both on Rosen to get a finish.
Yes.
But the kind of fighter that
you think you're going more for sub. I'm going more KO. I think that's where we're different on that fight.
Yeah, I'm going more for sub. But I think that the kind of fighter that Brundage is, his round 1 KO is always live. Which is why the safer bet is for it not to go the distance.
Right. And on my video, guys, I said that the best bet if you like Cody is just bet him to win round 1. It pays $750. I'm not finding it here fast enough. I found it. Wow, plays plus 800 in
Nice.
In DraftKings. So if you like Cody or you just like those kind of bets, this is the likely outcome. I mean, it could happen. I hope it doesn't. I like Cam, but this can happen. To me, it's his only win condition.
I think we can combine the fight tonight. Actually, we'll get there when we get there. All right, so we pretty much broke that fight down. Like Big Dog said, check out the full breakdown to hear his full thoughts on it. But he goes pretty in depth.
Cam money line is a good bet. I won't. You can. I won't put that on my gambler play of the week because Cody can get a finish at round 1. That's why instead what I went on the gambler play of the week is the fight not to go the distance. I really like this fight to end. But for some of you guys who are curious, do I like Cam money line? Yes, I do think Cam money line is a decent bet to put on. Maybe like a tier 2 parlay. For now, I'm gonna add him there. Okay.
I agree. I like that. I think I like him in the same way that I like Tallison.
Bet. Okay. Is that next or what's next?
No. Next is your favorite, Junior Tapa versus Alakina. Alicana, whatever.
Billy Alicana should not be minus 270 against anybody in the UFC. Billy Alicana should not be minus 270 against anybody in the UFC. Okay. Billy Alicana sucks. Okay, guys? Go watch the video. However, this is simple math. Tafa doesn't have good grappling. He gets taken down, and he tires out after like a round or two. So if Billy can...
But let me interject real quick.
Yes, sir.
Tafa has dropped down in weight,
Yes.
which I think will help his cardio. And him knowing, I mean, how many fucking times have we said this, that guys knowing that they have a weakness, they should work on it. He should work on it. Doesn't mean he will, but Tafa's cardio should be improving now that he's dropping from heavyweight to light heavyweight.
Fair enough. And if you saw the thumbnail that I put, he looks good, man. He looks in shape. He's skinnier. Like he looks good, dude. Guys, look, Billy Alicana should win the fight with his grappling. But you remember that syndrome I talked about? This is very similar to that, where like I just don't like a guy's style. I'm not gonna bet on him. I'm not gonna lose sleep at night if I bet against Alicana and he wins. I don't like him. I will lose sleep at night if I bet on Alicana and he loses. Okay, I'll be pissed.
When you hate him.
Okay, I don't like his fight style. Tafa, I wish he could go to Dagestan and go figure out his grappling, because on the feet, he in the feet he's amazing. It's like Schoolyard said, like some of these guys I don't understand. Like, you have this hole in your game, go work on it, man. But I'm gonna tell you. You want to know what Big Dog's gonna bet on this fight? You want me to tell you the truth? Just no BS. I want to have fun watching this fight. I'm gonna go right here and go to Tafa by KO plus 350. And that's it. I'm not doing anything else in this fight but root for Tafa to knock this guy out. And I don't give a hoot if Alicana wins by submission. It's the most likely outcome according to Vegas. So you want the lock? Wait a minute. You know what time it is, right? Big Dog is a bum parlay. Alicana. Okay. Alicana. Money line.
And it pays pretty well. 175 is not bad. I mean, for an outcome, it's pretty bad. I don't like betting outcomes unless they're 300 and above. But it's not bad
At all.
I'd rather bet a money line minus 258 parlay with something. But you guys have fun with that.
Hey, Big Dog is a bum parlay. I'm just saying. You don't like my picks.
Listen, even if Big Dog loses, you can win.
Thank you. There's the
Get the
slogan.
value out of this video.
That's right. Even you're just watching this video to fade me. This is your chance. Good luck. Okay. Off my high horse.
Oh my goodness.
I'll let you have fun with that. I mean, I watched the tape. I didn't watch tape. I've seen them live so much that I already knew how they fight. But do you want to talk about this fight? Or you want to talk about Vasa and Tex? What do you want to do?
I guess I can talk about this fight. Yeah, I didn't get to watch tape on this fight, but I've seen both fighters. Sal Kid is one of those prospects that he's just he backs up everything that people are saying about him.
Right.
And I can see why he is as big of a favorite as he is. I think I'm gonna bet Malarkey on this fight because I have to. I'm gonna bet him money line because plus 650 money line, like you have to sprinkle on it. But I'm the bet this fight is Sal Kid KO. Malarkey is chinny as fuck. Sorry, I'm cussing. Sorry. Malarkey is very chinny. So I think the only bet with any value on the Sal Kid side, I'm butchering that, but on the Killian side, is KO minus 135.
Can I jump in?
I don't like betting outcomes. Huh? Yeah, jump in.
So to me, where I differ from perspective is I like value. So there is no value in this likely outcome of him by KO. And him plus 260 for sub, it's just free money. Like, to me, yeah, he's probably going to knock him out. But if he doesn't and they get on the ground and they both like to grapple and Salkill has vicious jujitsu, you might as well take the plus 260. And this fight isn't leaving round 1 or 2, so might as well see if it pays well to combine them together. Plus 330, which again is still a great bet. And you might as well sprinkle on that. What's the KO round 1 or 2? Plus 120. Is it likely? Yes. Does it pay much? Not really. For that, give me plus 330, and I'll enjoy it if he drops him. Jamie survives, and then he's like, you know what, forget this, and then chokes him out. So that's how.
We've seen that happen so often in the
So
UFC,
often.
where they're supposed to get a KO, but they decide, hey, I got you on the ground. I'm not going to finish you off ground and pound. I'm going to just choke you
I'm gonna
out.
just choke you out. Boom. So
Which, by the way, on DraftKings, I know you're looking at FanDuel. On DraftKings, Salkill submission round 1 is plus 450. Salkill submission round 2, the individual props, is plus 900.
that's amazing. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this channel's for. Everybody, you're gonna go to most channels. They just you, oh, he's just gonna knock him out. Well, yeah, I could have guessed that by myself. But where's the value at? You know, and that's what I like about Narco Cop and Tim. They know how to do that, right?
Yeah.
So there's way too much value on him to choke him out at plus 260. Let alone us trying to guess the round. For us to sit here and waste any money on KO, just sprinkle on the sub, and if he gets it, laugh your way to the bank.
And these are the kinds of fights that you want to bet. You know, on the fights where, you know, the lines are a lot closer, I think there's too much risk in betting rounds, and there's still enough value in just betting money line or an outcome. But on a fight like this, where you got a minus 1,000 favorite, you might as well take some risk and sprinkle on some round prop.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So there's not much else to say. Where is he? We got him on. There's locks but no value, so you got to sprinkle. Yeah, this is the gambler player of the week. I mean, you might as well put Killen in there. He's not going to lose the fight. So yeah, unless he breaks his arm like Pantoja. Let's not talk about that. I get PTSD. Okay.
You're still so butthurt about that. Joshua Van is the champ. Get over it.
Don't trigger me, bro. The fights start in about an hour and a half, and I could go on for that long about that damn fight. Don't talk to me about that. Okay. All right.
I'm a Joshua Van diehard fan, and I have been since like his debut. But I wish he would have earned that win, earned that belt, I should say, because. Yeah, honestly, that should have just been a DQ or like a
No contest.
no contest. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
All right, so the next fight is Talison Texera versus Tai Tuivasa, which I'm the same way. Whenever I say that name, I think of Tua. Yeah, Tua on the what's he on the Rams or the Chargers?
The Dolphins.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Comment but down below if when you think of Tai Tuivasa, you think of Tua Tagovailoa. And if you didn't and you think you're going to think about it now moving forward, then comment anyway. You got a breakdown for this fight, or you want me to do it?
Definitely got to break it down because that's your boy right there, Talison.
Yeah. So Talison is vicious. I did a video. You guys go watch that. He's vicious. He's gonna come forward, and he's gonna punch you in the face. And he's long, and he's really good striking, sharpshooter. He has kicks. He's I want to say he's kill or be killed. But I've seen him be like temper and be careful. What I do not like about Talison is he's not defensively sound, because he's used to beating everybody up. So hopefully, as he,
That's old man syndrome.
yeah. Hopefully, as he gets older and he gets smarter and more experienced, he'll develop a little more striking defense to protect his chin. And if he does that, then he's a serious problem, championship caliber. In
Oh
this,
yeah, 6'7",
yeah,
almost 300 pounds. That
yeah.
man is a problem.
Yeah, he's a problem. Okay. But in the meantime, we can only go based off what we've seen and not too much what we want them to change. And because of that, Tai Tuivasa is 100% live. Okay. Tai Tuivasa has a chin, and Tai Tuivasa is used to fighting guys that are longer than him, and he knows how to crash in and force a fight. He's not going to just stay outside and let you knock him out. And something that he really does that I like is when he is getting punched in the face and he sees he's in trouble up against the fence, he's not gonna like Michaela. Like what did I say was the phrase when he protects himself? Shell up. He's not gonna shell up, bro. He's gonna punch you in the face. He's like, I'm going down. I can't see. I'm getting hit. But my man, you gonna get hit too. And he's gonna punch you with everything he got before he goes down. And I've seen him clip people with that. So with that being said, this fight is about whose chin is gonna hold up. This fight very doubt styles make the fight. I doubt heavily that this makes it out of the first round. But the bet here, if for your parlays, is how will the fight end? KO minus 475. I wish it paid something else. It doesn't, but that's a decent leg for a parlay. If you want to get ballsy because you know Tallison's huge and he should knock out Ty, then bet Tallison. If you want to bet Ty because you know that he's on a fight losing streak, he probably worked on his game, he knows how to crash in, he's going to test Tallison's chin, Tallison leaves it out, then bet Ty by KO, or just to win the fight because KO is not pay enough a difference of his money line.
Now, question, Big Dog. What do you think about Ty's ground game? Can he wrestle?
I don't remember, if I'm honest with you. I don't remember. I didn't, because all his fights, he's striking affairs. So if he has, hold on. What was this fight? And I remember my breakdown. I said I didn't waste time.
I don't think I've seen anybody try to take down Allison.
Right.
If he could take down Tallison,
maybe you have some success. But I'm gonna answer you. I'm gonna answer that question with something else. Ty has fought other guys who were better strikers than him, and Ty did not attempt takedowns. Okay. Ty.
Okay, that answers the question.
That really answers the question. If he's not attempting takedown when he's in trouble, then it means he's not comfortable on the ground. He'd rather give himself a shot on the feet. So
here's what I'll say for the gamblers, the addicts. Because both of them have chins, and we've seen this happen in heavyweight fights before where we expected one of them to knock them out. I think there's value in a decision outcome because for the fight to go the distance, I think that pays pretty well. Let me see.
I got a
fight to go the distance. Yes, pays $650.
Yep,
it's worth the spend for it.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen because of the way these two guys fight, because they are aggressive and they're gonna try to kill each other. But I will never stray away from sprinkling on outcomes like that because it just, as long as it pays well and it pays good enough at plus 650.
Yeah, I don't think I would parlay that with anything, but I could see myself sprinkling something on it just because I've seen it happen before. It just happened last week where Atiba should have knocked that man out and it went to decision.
We're gonna disagree there.
This is different because they're both heavyweights and their cardio is pretty shit.
To me, the only thing with that,
in heavy fights too.
I want to point out that fight. You know why? Because the reason that fight had decision written all over it because of the style.
And you were on it. You were on the decision that fight.
Yeah. Because of the style. Because one of the guys is a go backwards, run around the cage type of fighter. So now you have a reason to say, wait a minute, this can go decision.
Which is why I'm on Rainbow by decision, because it's a similar matchup.
It's the way he
Okay.
fights. There you go. So this to me, these are guys that do not go backwards. Ty's not going to go backwards. Talison's not going backwards, and they're going to punch each other in the face.
No, you're right, man. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. KO is the safe leg.
Yeah.
Fight to end by
If either of these guys went backwards, then that would be a good bet. You know, not that it's not a good bet, but it would be more likely to happen. But no, these guys, they don't want to go backwards. Okay. So let's see, what do we got left?
Oh my goodness! On DraftKings, exact method of victory KO is minus 800. Place that bet on FanDuel, guys.
Yo,
DraftKings
great.
is not giving you any value.
That is a schoolyard nugget right there. Three more fights.
After this fight is
This is you.
this is all me. All right, so I think I'm going against a lot of guys on this fight. I haven't seen too many breakdowns on it. I didn't want to get straight away. I don't want to have any bias going into this fight because honestly speaking, I only knew Rufy before this fight. I didn't know Fiziev at all, and so I got to watch a lot of tape on Fiziev, and I won't lie, I fell in love with the man. No homo. This guy, the way he fights is just it's just art. He's just so seamless in his transitions. He's so good at everything. His striking defense could use a little bit of work, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, I think he really suffers in the striking defense department against guys like Gaethje and Rufy. Rufy, I think, because of his uppercut, I think he could catch him with the uppercut. But Fiziev, he has such a good chin, and I think that the way this fight is going to work out is that Fiziev is going to get round one because he's a fast starter, and I think he's going to wake up Rufy. I think Fiziev is going to win round one on the scorecards because they're similar strikers, but where they're different is that Fiziev is a lot more active. So I think Rufy's going to wake up round two, and I think round two he'll probably catch him with a solid shot, and from there we're going to see Fiziev's wrestling. And Fiziev, I don't know if anybody else watching right now has seen his two fights against Gaethje, but in his second fight against Gaethje, he implemented the wrestling, and he was successful. And Gaethje has good takedown defense. Now, Rufy does not. So I know if Fiziev tries to take down Rufy, he's going to get him down. Now I don't know how successful he's going to be with the control time, but like I said, Fiziev is an active man. He's a violent man, and I think if he takes Rufy down, that ground and pound is going to be vicious, and I can see him getting a KO. I could also see him getting a decision win because these guys are similar fighters, but Fiziev's a more active fighter. So I'm on Fiziev this fight. I think Fiziev KO or decision is real live. I think he could even get a sub. Now, I haven't been able to dive into his submission game, but just because of the fact that he can get it on the ground and Rufy's takedown defense is poor and Rufy's cardio is poor. Hold on. I like that. I like those odds.
You saw that plus 2,000?
Rufy's cardio is shit, bro. Fiziev has great cardio. If this fight makes it out the first round, I don't want to say it's shit, but he slows down round two. If this fight makes it out the first round, Fiziev is live to win the fight by finish. I don't think he gets a round one KO or round. I think if anything, maybe Rufy is more likely to get a round one KO just with a lucky uppercut. But yeah, if this fight makes it out the first round, I think it's Fiziev all day. I think Fiziev, because of this guy's poor takedown defense and his poor cardio, the late submissions are live. I don't think they're likely, but they're live. I think more likely he gets a decision or a KO, but I think plus 2,000 on the freaking submission is ridiculous. Because it's gonna go to the ground. It's gonna go to the ground. Rufi hits hard. He hits hard. And I see Fiziev going for the takedowns, especially his team having time to prepare for this fight. This isn't a late notice fight. These guys have been in their fight camps. They know each other's weaknesses. They know Rufi has poor takedown defense. They know that Fiziev's level changes are seamless, and he's gonna be able to take him down. Bro, that submission being 2,000 is a crime.
A crime, a complete crime. Fiziev to the Gambler Play of the Week.
Fiziev money line is yeah. I would put him on a tier prop, on a tier 4 maybe.
But I put him here at tier 2 for now. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you. Okay, we're running out of time, man. The fight start at 5. So guys, if you're still tuned in, we're gonna do this on Fridays. Okay, we're not gonna do this on Saturdays. It's just got so much going on.
Yeah, it's too long.
Time. Yeah, because like even if you started watching this video now, it's about an hour long, and the fight start at 5. So it's like you watch this and then the fight starts. So I don't like that.
Yeah.
We will correct that. There is not a world where I don't bet this. This is a crime. Plus 2,000 for a guy who has the grappling. Yeah, I got to do that. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. But I'm gonna celebrate if it does. That's for certain.
Mhm. I would be more mad, like you said, if I didn't bet that.
Thank you.
And it happens.
Thank you.
Than if I don't. Than if I do and it doesn't.
I bet a lot of my bets with that thought process. Like legit. I don't even say that to be funny. Like I'd rather lose my money on something that I liked a lot than betting on something that I didn't really like, but I think is gonna happen, and I bet it anyway, and then it doesn't hit. Like I should have never put my money on that. I didn't like it in the first place. I don't like Elikana. Why put my money on it? I'd rather just enjoy the fight and hope he gets knocked out, and then laugh my way to the bank if he does. Okay. Hooker and Benoit. What time is it? 3:49.
3:49.
I want us to finish this before 4 o'clock.
Yeah, you got the last 2 fights, bro. Just give a quick breakdown of your picks.
Benoit is going to get exposed again the way he did with Dustin. But his pressure and takedowns are very aggressive, and he's a finisher. The chances of him submitting Hooker are very high. Okay, Hooker I like, but in the tape I saw, he gets taken down a lot. And he does get up, but he gets taken down again and again. And Benoit's not a guy that's going to take you down and let you get back up. He's going to try to choke you or ground and pound. Benoit is dangerous. He's vicious. He's a crazy man. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just on Benoit. And I really like Hooker, but I remember saying this in my full breakdown that I already posted. Hooker's live late. If Benoit doesn't get a finish early, round 1 or 2, and this fight is still going on round 3, Hooker can knock his butt out. And I've seen Hooker last with the cardio. I've seen Hooker come round 3 and say, all right, I'm still here, and come forward and press and get a finish. Benoit early, Hooker late. Another fight that I don't think goes the distance, but it can. It absolutely can if Hooker avoids getting finished. And then he's winning round 3. He beats up Benoit. Benoit survives, and then before you know it, you're on the scorecards. This is that type of fight where it's like, yeah, there should be a finish, but be very, very careful. I'm on Benoit. I like him enough to put him on the 1-800-GAMBLER, personally, for me. Dog's worth a sprinkle. Hooker late. Okay. Benoit definitely not going on tier 2. I'm sorry, tier 1. I'm not putting him in tier 2. He's like a tier 3, tier 4 guy. Whatever. I'm just going to put him down here for net right now. Anything else you want to add to that?
Nah, man. Nah, I have not watched enough tape on that fight to give any opinions.
You got it.
Got it.
All right, main event. Well, this was going to be quick. First thing I like to remind everybody, and I'm going to do this probably every single video that I ever record when I'm talking about the last fight. Hedge your bets, guys. Come on, man. Just hedge your bets. If you got parlays going and you're on the last final leg, hedge it. Bet the underdog. Make sure you're profitable or take a cash out. So I don't trip a lot on main events. I'm never going to do it. And some main events is very clear that the favorite's going to win. Some main events is very clear that the dog is going to win. This main event is not clear anyway. This fight has 6 different outcomes written all over it. So be careful. The only thing I don't think will happen is Volkanovski finishing Diego. It's about the only outcome I don't see. Other than that, he can beat him by decision, which is a likely outcome of this fight. Other than that, Diego can catch Volkanovski and he can knock him in that. Other than that, Diego can submit Volk, but Volk is really good. So maybe that's not too likely. But there you go. So I think this fight is either going to go to decision. Oh, and Diego can win decision. So do what you want. Let's talk about props. I don't even think I'm going to put this fight in my parlays. You want me to be honest with you? I'm going to straight bet that fight. But parlays, this is the way I think. I'm going to end most of my parlays with Benoit Saint Denis as the final leg. Why? Because Hooker as an underdog plays plus 310. What does that mean? That means that if I have a parlay and the parlay plays $1,000 and my last leg is Benoit Saint Denis, I'm gonna drop some money, $200-$300 on Hooker. That's gonna pay me $600. If I win, if Benoit wins, I get paid $1,000 and I only lost $300 in the hedge. I make $700 profit. If Benoit loses and Hooker wins, I profit because I'm making now $600 off Hooker and I probably only spent $20 on that damn parlay. So now I make hella money. So when I see this, that's what I'm thinking about. Plus 310 for an underdog who I'm gonna hedge no matter what. That doesn't apply the same in this Volkanovski and Lopez fight because plus 124 doesn't pay a lot for an underdog. So keeping it a stack, I'm about to put Benoit in most of my parlays as the final leg. And if whatever parlays are alive at the end, I'm gonna drop my money on Hooker and call it a day. So I don't know what you thought you were gonna see in this video, and that I was gonna talk about Volkanovski and Diego. I'm here to make money, fam. Okay, straight bet. Here's straight bets. Diego Lopez by KO plus 270. If he catches Volk, he's going out. Okay, I don't know what else to give you there. Diego by submission, sure, but has Volk ever been subbed? I don't know the answer to that. Let's find out. Never. But he's been knocked out 3 times. And that's now that he's older, right? KO, Ilya, Islam. Look at those names. When did he get knocked out? Before he ever made it to the UFC. Look at this. Okay, Volkanovski is one of the best fighters ever. Book it. Okay, so yeah, could he get subbed? Sure. Will he? I don't think so. Can he get knocked out? 100%. So you want a prop bet? Just sprinkle on Diego to get the KO. Other than that, oh wait. I will say this. Wait a minute. It's calling my name. Diego Lopez by points is plus 700. That's a lot of value for a likely outcome. Okay? That's a lot of value. Volkanovski's probably going to win this fight on the scorecards. We saw him do it in their first matchup a few months ago. This is a rematch for those of you guys who don't know. And it was a close fight. So in a close fight, you're going to give me Lopez plus 700 to squeak by three rounds?
And it's 750 on DraftKings.
And on top of that, Diego Lopez is a smart guy. So he's been in the round now 5 rounds with Volkanovski. And this guy, he's good. He's championship caliber. You think he's not studying and watching that tape over and over again, figuring out how he lost to Volk and what he could do different? He's younger. He's stronger. I don't know if he's faster, but yo, and he hurt Volk in that first fight. So Diego Lopez plus 700 is my whisper bet of the week. There you go.
I like that a lot.
Boom, Lopez. That's nice. But hey, if you want to have fun with it, you'd be a criminal not to at least sprinkle on KO and KO late, because he's not gonna kill Volkanovski round one. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. Volk moves way too much. Diego Lopez, look at this. KO round 4 or 5 plus 1,800. That is sick, man. What is 345? Okay, there it is. Lopez KO 345 plus 950. You're insane. I'm not even going to bet him by KO anymore. I'm just going to bet him KO round 3 through 5 plus 950. And I'm going to enjoy this fight. If he wins by decision, I cash plus 700. If he wins by knockout late, I cash plus 950. And I'm going to laugh my way to the bank. That's all I got for this breakdown. Well, I got to piece together the parlays next, but I want to let you talk before I do that.
All right. Well, me personally, I definitely, like I said earlier, I dropped that 15 on the Suman Rainbow decision or Lawrence Louis KO, Keitaro Nakamura KO, or Sebastian Zalay decision. That pays plus 227. I dropped 15 on that for $50 payout. I also did a gambler bet, 1-800-GAMBLER bet. I've got Cam Ralston money line. I've got Lawrence Louis to cover the 5.5. I've got the Keitaro Nakamura Sebastian Zalay decision or KO bet. I got that as a leg on there. Because that's really the only two ways that I can see this fight ending. Maybe a submission by Zalay, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Then I got Oben to cover the plus 3.5 because I think he'll win at least one round. But if you want to make it a little safer, you can do the plus 5.5 because, like we said, these judges they be on. Actually, bro, I wish I could cash this out and make that plus 5.5 because McCaleb is Australian and they're in Australia, and I can see one of the judges giving a 30-27 to McCaleb just because.
Yep. Yep.
Then I got Tafa plus 7.5, which Big Dog already expressed he does not like that leg because Tafa can get subbed. But hey, it's 1-800-GAMBLER bet. Tafa could also knock out Alicana. That's also a live bet. And then I've got,
what I want to at least go on the record and say before these fights start. Now that you said that I don't know, maybe I did already say it, I don't remember, but Tafa by decision. That's in the cards, because if Billy's grappling and he doesn't finish Tafa, and then Tafa keeps catching him on the feet, but Billy is running away and keeps grappling and doesn't get finished, then we got a scorecard. And then who wins?
Oh, for sure. And Tafa has won decisions plenty of times.
Exactly. Look at that. Tafa plus 900.
Tafa is one of the few, I think, very skilled strikers in the heavyweight division. So I agree. It's live, and I don't mean that as an insult, but the heavyweight division, let's be real, they're not as skilled as some of these other fighters in other divisions.
Yep. That's right.
Okay, I've got Fiziev plus 7.5.
Can we switch and you share your screen or no?
Yeah, I can do that. Share screen. All right, I'm on my phone, guys, so it may come out like vertical. So my bad. Can you see my DraftKings?
Yeah, how do I maximum full screen? Boom. All right, they can see you real good there.
All right. So this is the bet that I placed earlier. This is my gambler bet. So yeah, we've got Cam Rouse in money line, Louis plus 5.5, K2 by KO or is the lay by decision. Elliott by 3.5. I recommend putting that 5.5 because they are in Australia. Tafa by 7.5. Fazeev 7.5 to cover the spread. Don Marfan 3.5 to cover the spread, which he's the favorite. So this is like really the safe line. But because I don't know too much about Kim or Fan, and this is kind of just 1/3 pick, I put him to cover the spread. So I'm pretty sure that's a lock. That's minus 375.
And if you guys didn't catch what he said earlier, the only leg on there I didn't endorse was Tafa, so maybe remove that leg, guys, just because he can get finished. So I don't like putting plus guys on the spread when their losing condition is a finish. I'm rooting for Tafa. I don't like Alakana, but the reality is he can't get choked out. So that's the only leg there I'd be careful with.
Right. And then finally, I got Diego Lopez to cover the 13.5 point spread. And that 750 pays out 255 at plus 3,000 odds. And I also have this bet here. It's a decision bet, which I think I'm going to do another one, changing it out a little bit. And I think I'm going to put Rainbow by decision. This one is Malkoun by decision, Saint Denis by decision, and Open Elliott by decision. And that pays 2,700. Now again, as Big Dog said earlier, Saint Denis can also sub out Dan Hooker. But I'm kind of just banking on Hooker to outlast, get back on his feet, and kind of bring in the striking and Saint Denis win it out on the scorecard. But actually, let me just build it right now as we're talking. I like Rainbow by decision, pays plus 215. I like Zalay by decision. Just fake. This is me kind of just hedging, hedging in a parlay. And then I like Open Elliott by decision, and that pays out 2,500. I'll drop $3 on that. I like that. Pays $80. So this is probably the decision bet that I'd recommend for the YouTube peeps.
And I like that. We got to post the video,
then
bro. So yeah, we got to wrap it up.
Finally, this is my last bet that I played. Actually, I did this one too. But yeah, KOs. I got the KOs, 4-leggers. But yeah, let's give you guys a chance to watch the video tonight before the fights.
Usually, I'll sit here and try to piece all this together, but we don't have time. This video is already longer than the time left for the fights to begin, and I got to go lock in my actual bets anyway. But this is what we got for now. I really like this fight not to go the distance. I like this to go KO. Cullen's going to win. And I got BSD because it's the last leg, so I'll put that there on my tier 1 and hedge nice and easy on that plus 300 on Hooker if this ticket's alive by then. And I put him here on this Gambler Play of the Week. You already saw the dogs. Is good. I don't know if there's anybody else that needs to go on the Big Dog is a bum parlay. Make sure to sprinkle straight bets on all of this, man. There's no way. How many of these are there? 9. I think at least half of those should hit, and you're gonna profit even if half don't hit because they pay so well. So make sure to get those in. And yeah, these are round bets. Yeah, this is good. This is tier 5.
And then eventually, when you're able to live stream on the channel, it'll be more feasible to do it on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, because everybody's watching live.
Right. And then it'll post automatically. Until then, we'll start doing it on Fridays.
That's what we got for now, guys. Lock it in. Comment below. Let us know, guys. I'm curious because I did post this late. If any of you guys really got to see this on time and what you did with this information, I really, really want to know. So let us know. Give us your feedback on Mr. Clammy, aka Schoolyard. Show him some love so he could come back to the channel. It was great having you here today, Schoolyard. Thank you for coming through, man.
Appreciate it, big dog. Yo, guys, drop a like, drop a comment, hype the video up. It's the new thing on YouTube. It gets the video into the algorithm. If you can afford it, hype it. It'll do a lot for the channel.
I'm going to talk about money soon, by the way. Not that I'll ever charge you guys for picks, but y'all need to help us out because the more money that we get from this, the more time I can spend into it, properly edit videos, give you guys so much more if y'all helping us out because then I know it's worth my time. Yeah, help us out however you can and donate to the channel. All right, guys. Peace. Let's enjoy these fights.